E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
Welcome in, everybody, to the JAKIB Postgame Show here. A blowout in South Philly. The Philadelphia Eagles moved to 6-2 on the year before the Week 9 bye week next week. They beat the New York Giants today 38-20 with big games from Jalen Hurts, big game from Saquon Barkley, a good game from DeVonta Smith, including 4 touchdown passes from Jalen Hurts. Big Sills, welcome into the postgame show. Brother, what'd you think of that game so far today? Your first thoughts?
A really good way to go into the bye. I mean, This is really something, again, for me, once again here, I'll start this out by saying, look, this is the first time we really saw some balance and really a balanced attack that they've had this year. I mean, they were able to throw the ball well. They were able to run the ball well. This is their biggest and most complete game that they've played so far. So, again, as I said, I mean, look, I thought the Giants, for what they had in the game, I mean, by the end of the game, they had 2 corners that were on the practice squad playing in the game. Yeah. They lost Scatterboo, which was, and by the way, kudos to the Philadelphia Eagle fan base. Yeah, they have been one of the greatest, coolest things I've ever seen. You guys get a shitty rap. That was one of the coolest things that I ever saw from a fan base that doesn't notoriously do that. That was totally awesome. You sent them off. That was really cool. But again, I mean, next guy up mentality. It's what I always say. Injuries are part of it. You've got to step up. I thought that they hung in there for what they had. And the Philadelphia Eagles put their gas pedal down. Hey, how about Tank Bigsby too, man? Going over.
He can run the ball well.
You're right, though. Impressive.
It felt like so. And look, we're gonna talk about everything today. I want to welcome and thank everybody for being here on the post game show. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All super chats will be read today. So if you have some commentary on the Eagles' latest victory, all right, you can drop it in the chat and we will read that today. But Sills, all seriousness, you don't want to overstate this game because the Giants were depleted. But it is a perfect way to go into the bye week. Now you're moving into the back half of the year. You found some rhythm offensively. Jalen Hurts, by the way, Sills, he is finding his groove. I was tough on Jalen after those 2 straight losses. After a 158.3 last week, he delivers a 141.5 rating, 15-20 today, 179, and 4 touchdown passes for Jalen Hurts. He is finding his rhythm. Saquon Barkley gets going, 14 carries for 150 yards today and a touchdown. And as you mentioned, Tank Bigsby, 9 carries for 104. Big Sil. So the offense finds some real rhythm going into the bye week.
Yeah, but I'm tempering myself here too as we get into these next 5 games. You've got Green Bay, Detroit, the Cowboys, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Bears and the Chargers are down there somewhere as well. So, like I said, though, man, I mean, I'm not underscoring what they did because you're looking for balance, and they had the balance in the game. And 2 weeks ago, we saw something completely different than what we saw in this football game. So, again, I really liked what I saw. You know what else I thought I saw that was really great? I thought the defensive tackle play was really good in this football game by the Eagle defensive guys. I mean, and I'm going to also throw this. Listen, I'm not a guy who does this, and I really rarely ever do this. And this was on both sides, Eagles and the New York Giants. That's one of the shittiest officiated football games I have ever seen in my entire life. It affected both Philly and New York. So, 100%. I mean, I'm not telling you that.
Dude, I don't know what's up with the refs this year.
Dude,
by the way, Eagle fans, I don't think we can use the excuse anymore. They're out to get us. We got a lot of calls today.
But Xander, there were calls against them, too, that were suspect
I'm not saying there was none against us. I'm just saying the refs, I felt like every call was the wrong call, no matter who it was against. So, an interesting game from that perspective. So, as you pointed out, I love that you brought it up right away. You brought up the defensive tackles. How about this? Carter had a sack. Davis had a sack. Ajomo had a sack. So your 3 big defensive tackles in the middle all had a sack. Now, sacks don't tell the full story, but that is notable performance by all the guys. And then Zach Bond also had a sack in the game, as well as Jalix Hunt had a sack. So
what were you the most impressed by in this game? I mean, taken to what you saw in this football game, I'd like to hear what you think. when it comes
I
to.
I don't think impressed is the right word. I think
because I was like, I wasn't. I mean, look, I was impressed with the balance, but I was more.
I like seeing
I was
Jalen.
happy
I
they
like
took
seeing,
care of business.
I like seeing Jalen Hurts play his game, let the
Okay.
game come to him, making the right reads and the right
Yes.
throws. That's what I like to see because
Yes.
I've been saying it all year.
Yeah.
This team is built to need greatness from the quarterback position. Last year, you could get away with if Jalen didn't play great week in and week out. I think this team needs Jalen Hurts to be at his best form, week in and week out. He looked great again today, man.
Zander, wouldn't you say this, that game in look, it's 1 and it's 4 quarters of football. It's the first time that I saw that they didn't have a primary target that they had to get the ball to and that they spread the football around. They got the ball into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he was able to also do things in the pass game. They were able to spread it around. I mean, to me, I thought he spread the ball around better without AJ. Am I saying that they're a better team? Absolutely not. I just saw in this football game that I thought that Kevin Petula, for the first time this year, it just looked to me like they spread the ball around. The run game came around. New York just was getting gashed early in the football game, too. They kind of settled down a little bit, but I thought Kevin Petula had a good game.
Kevin Petula had a great game. Dude, look at that run game today, Sills. I know we're talking about the run game working. Well, why did the run game work? A lot of outside zones, a lot of pitches, a lot of working Saquon to the outside. They're using screen passes with Saquon Barkley. That was a much better called offensive game, in my opinion. I think they really opened it up a little bit. I don't know. A.J. Brown, so the narratives are coming. A.J. Brown misses a game, and Jalen Hurts 4 touchdown passes. Dotson's involved. Goddard's involved. Smitty's involved. Tank Bigsby's involved.
Hey, I'm there too.
Narratives are coming every day.
Hey, I'm there too. I'll tell you what. Who else had a really good game? I thought Brett Toth had a good game of Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
Hi, I mean, hey, Zander, if you get, how many yards did they get in the ground? If you get 277 rushing yards, Brett Toth had to have a good football game, man.
When's the last time you've seen a team have 2 backs go over 100 yards? Saquon Barkley had 150 yards today. Tank Bigsby had 104 yards.
In the NFL, today. That's so rare to go over 250.
That is rarefied air, man. Yeah.
I mean,
now Saquon pulled up on that last. Saquon pulled up on that last run. Yeah, I think he's okay because he was still sitting on the sideline and stuff. But that's something to keep an eye on for sure. Jahan Dotson. That was a big catch, man, in the end zone. That was like a little. Randy Dotson down there going up over the top for your boy Jahan Dotson.
Hey, maybe they don't need AJ now moving forward. How you doing?
Well,
what?
You know what I hope AJ learns from the game today? Sometimes you just got to shut the F up, man. Seriously. Like your targets are going to come. Your catches are going to come. Just this is a team game, Sills. It's a team sport.
You know what I learned today? You know what I learned today? Hey, AJ, it ain't about you, son.
Yeah, I agree.
It ain't about you. Get this. All the teammates are now celebrating. And by the way, isn't this the first time the offense scored over 30 points this year in the game?
Offense alone, yeah, for sure.
Offense alone. This is the first time they scored over 30 points, right?
Yeah. Well,
and a team that gave them a shellacking 2 weeks ago. You score over 35 points in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It ain't about you, AJ.
Well, what do you think? Well, I don't
You're not going to win the Super Bowl without AJ.
No, I don't think anything drastic is going to happen. But I do hope that AJ stops with some of the distraction. Look, people say he's trolling. Whatever he's doing. If you guys think it's good for the
but what's the end game if he's
That's
trolling?
What I mean. I don't think it's a good thing to have him do that. So at the end of the day, I hope he relaxes a little bit, stops putting people in bad spots with the tweets and buys into what the team is doing. But still, 6-2 now, 38-20. They get the win today. And let's be real, it was really bigger than that. But the Giants did answer with a late touchdown by Jaxson Dart. Sills, the game changed when Cam Scatterbutt went down. That Giants team, they were hanging in there a little bit. They never looked like
moving the ball.
They were hanging in there. They had the touchdown pass to him early. Jaxson Dart was moving the ball well. Cam Scatterbutt went down, and dude, I've never seen an opposing team injury deplete the noise from the Lincoln Financial Field like that in my life. The fans for a little bit were quiet after that Scatterbutt injury.
I was in a football game when there used to be a guy back in the day named Gerald Riggs. And in front of me, I saw that it popped through the sock, his bone, right? And I'm looking down at that and I'm going like this. Holy shit. When you see a compound fracture, and it looked like he had a compound fracture, when you see something like that, both sides get affected too, Zander, because then you have the reality and the harshness of what the real game is when you do that. It obviously deflated them. Think about the Giants this year, man. They had some energy in that game. No neighbors. Now you lose Scatterboo. Both corners were out in that ball game. So again, I mean, listen, I love the fact that you guys had balance in the football game. I thought the defense, and I'm starting to see something, folks. I'm starting to see something. And you know what that is? Jalix Hunt. I'm starting to see that guy more on a game basis now. I'm starting to see him making plays. You know what else too, Zander? There is no doubt. Nakobe Dean, when he's in there, he is a fucking missile on the run.
Yes, he is, dude. He is
Holy
amazing.
Shit, can that guy hit the run?
You just brought up the edge rushers. I got to go to one thing here that and we brought up the refs earlier. I'm not about to make this a ref show. I think we got calls today. We got some against us, some for us. Do I not understand the rule on a strip on forward progress in the past? They came back and they overturned that. I'm like, how? How did they overturn that? I'm not even looking for a home call here. That to me just looked like a fumble to me. I mean,
by the way, that Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball too.
Oh, on that tush push, that was 100% a fumble. That was
it was a total fumble. They were. You're right. The whole thing was just all over the place. I mean, dude, do you really think that was pass interference with that hand fighting? The way that they were hand fighting?
No, I don't. I know. I had somebody tweeted me that was a push off. I'm like, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I always favor. I'm for physicality. I like when refs let physicality into the game. Q is a handsy corner. He's a handsy corner. So I don't know if it was a push.
Now look, I'm going to also make sure that everybody doesn't blow a gasket. I thought the Eagles had some shitty calls, like you just mentioned in this game too. It was all over the place. But again, look, that wasn't going to determine the outcome of this game. The Eagles went out there. They took care of business. They're 6-2, heading into the bye. And now here's something else too, Zander. Landon Dickerson finished the ball game. That is a great sign too, okay? He finished a ball game. This is what you want to see going into the bye here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, and the other positive thing here, Sills, is the most pressing thing about this team, even at 5-2, was the run game. The run game wasn't getting going, and you come out today and you have an explosive rushing day. 277 yards on the ground today. Jalen Hurts had a couple carries as well, 4 carries for 22. Saquon Barkley, though, 14 for 150, including his first touch of the game for a 65-yard touchdown. Do you feel like the run game can build on this, Sills? My favorite part about it is not the yards. It's outside zones, running different concepts, pitching the ball to the outside. They use different things in the game outside of just an inside zone, even though that big 3rd and 31 that Tank Bigsby converted was an inside zone. But I like to see the variation that they used in the run game today.
I like the efficiency. Okay, and I would make this comment that I think that Jalen Hurts played better in this game than he even did last week. I just thought he saw the defense. He read the secondary. I thought that he made the critical plays. I like this game better than last week. And I know it was against Brian Flores. I get it. But when you get the run game going like that, Tom Brady said it in the booth. Dude, you run the ball like that, you could throw the ball like that, you're unbeatable. Yep. I mean, I thought you know what it felt like? Jalen threw for over 400 yards in that game. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, he was 15 to 21.
I mean, it felt
4 touchdowns for Jay Hurts through the air, man. 4 touchdowns. So he's making up for some of those early no touchdown numbers.
Isn't this like one of the very few times that he's ever had 2 games in a row where he's had 3 touchdowns or more?
I'm not sure of that stat. I will say this. Dallas Goedert is having a great season. He's already up to his record on touchdowns on a year, and he had another 2 today. That brings his total, I want to say, to 7 or 8 on the year for Dallas Goedert. Jalen Hurts is loving him in the red zone, man.
Does Hurts have any picks?
He had 1 pick versus the Giants the first time, remember?
Okay, that's right. So he's got 1 pick on the year going into the year and
15 touchdown passes now.
That's Aaron Rodgers bullshit right there.
15 touchdown passes, 1 pick, plus all his ground touchdowns as well.
Yeah,
man. Jalen Hurts is don't look now, but Jalen is starting to put himself in potential MVP conversation.
Here's what we have to do now. Okay, he's now gone 2 games in 8 quarters now doing this. Okay, now we're starting to get into that trend mode.
Yep, trend.
Okay, so now I almost hate Zander that there's a bye for him because I like the momentum that he's going now, and I don't want to see. But that team, if any team needs health and they need a bye, it is totally the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, no doubt about it. AJ's banged up right now. You obviously got that offensive line that's banged up. By the way, how about the look, Sills, that they're using with 6 offensive linemen in the running game? They bring Fred Johnson in that 13 personnel look. They are running the ball with that thing, man. That is a beautiful look that they do.
Absolutely. I thought Kevin Patillo had his best day as a play caller, and I thought Hurts understood. They were all on the same page.
Yeah.
I thought.
You think Kevin Patillo is finally finding himself a little bit as a play caller?
I think we're seeing a little bit. Again, 2 weeks in a row. This is now 8 quarters. This is 8 quarters now. Again, I'm looking at trends. And now when you get a run game, hey, don't you think any coordinator is going to look good when you run the ball for over 200 some odd yards?
Yeah, I mean, and as you pointed out, the efficiency, it doesn't get much better than 33 carries, 277. That's good for 8.4 carry across the whole team. So there's no doubt about they were efficient today in the run game, including 10.7 average per carry for Barkley and 11.6 average for Tank Bigsby.
Wow.
You might have a 1-2 punch at running back, everybody. Maybe those 2 draft picks we sent for Tank Bigsby were not for the kick return game. They were for a running back too. He's looking good back there, though, Sills. I like I think he's a good different pace back, change of pace back for Barkley to have as a running back too.
8.4 yards a carry as a unit.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, dude, your quarterback, get this. Your quarterback's averaging 9 yards a play, and your backs are getting 8.4. That's having one hand tied behind your back, and there's no answers to when you have a football team that does that. Now, again, I want to make sure, again, I mean, look, you took care of business, and we saw efficiency. I don't think anybody went into this game going, hey, I want to see 500 yards pass, and I want to see 350 yards, even though they almost got it with the run game going here. I mean, but I got to tell you, that's the best game I've seen since the Super Bowl.
Well, another big thing here today, Sills, is they were 5-2 through 7 weeks. They had yet to outgain an opponent, which was a trend that is a little concerning. Nobody had done that and started 5-2 since 1940. Think about that, everybody. Today, they outgained their opponent in a big way. 427 total yards for the Eagles today to the Giants, 246. So almost 200 more total yards for the Eagles today in this game.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going to take this with a grain of salt here with this. I mean, there's no doubt that the New York Giants, after the Scatterboo injury, they were wobbled on the sideline. They had to gather themselves, and it took them a little bit. Then when both corners went down, Zander, I mean, they were playing with scout team guys out there. So, and but here, anytime I say that, it is your responsibility to go out there and put the wood down and put the gas pedal down. And that's what they did. Okay. They didn't lower themselves to their competition. They went out, even though their deficiencies, they took advantage of those deficiencies. And that's what you want to see with a great team.
Yep, no doubt about it. Sills, what do you think defensively today? I think overall they're showing some things. The thing I'm seeing on the defensive side of the ball right now is the defensive line is coming alive. You talked about Jay LeChun a little bit and the defensive tackles earlier. I think even Josh Uche has been a pleasant surprise. You are starting to see some things out there. And I'll say this, and some people might not agree with this, there is no doubt this defense is better when Nakobe Dean's on the football field. There is no doubt. I know Jihad Campbell's a first-round pick, he's got all this upside. They are a better unit with Nakobe Dean on the field. Today they were. I think they are. I think they are.
Today, 2025.
Okay, gotcha.
He's a better ball player. Campbell's going to be a spectacular football player for you. He really is. He's going to be a great one. Right now, Dean's better. There's no shade on that, Zander. It's called being a veteran.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a veteran football player versus a young kid who's still learning to play the off-ball position in the NFL. No shade. By the way, I love the stick down there on the goal line when they put some of the backups in, and I saw Trotter Jr. make a play down there. So, yeah, listen, man, that's all good.
No, I mean, and Nakobe Dean out there, he had 5 total tackles today, 4 solo tackles. He is just explosive in the run game. So I don't think it's a knock on Campbell. I just think, you have a time right now. By the way, I'm happy for him, man. That was a big – people don't know that injury that Nakobe Dean got last year, that is one that not everybody recovers from. Well, you see ACLs. People come back from ACLs, man.
I don't know if his career still has recovered from it yet.
Well, I think that's fair, but I think right now he still looks like he's a great football player.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, availability counts too, my friend.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, and when you're talking about guys missing significant time because they're always injured, I don't know that guy has still saved his career in Philadelphia yet. I mean, you can't just play six games. Now, last year, he played a boatload of games and missed the entire playoffs. Let's face it, Zander, they won a Super Bowl without the guy. They're better with him on the field, yes. But can he stay on the field and be a viable, reliable football player on defense?
So Jalen Hurts is up to 1,678 or 1,676 passing yards this year, 15 touchdowns and 1 pick. With, I believe, let me look at how many rushing touchdowns he has as well on the season. A lot of rushing touchdowns, too. I think he's got 5 rushing touchdowns as well. Jalen Hurts quietly piecing together. Are you starting to buy into what Jalen Hurts is doing this year, Big Sills? A lot of people view you, Sills, as one of Jalen Hurts' biggest haters, if you will. Your response to what Hurts has done so far?
I would use the word critic, but okay. He's on pace for 3,600 yards and 27 touchdowns would be a career high. 69% completion percentage. Hey, welcome to being one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. What do you want me to say? I mean, this is what it's about. When you're talked about being a guy to carry your football team, I will make this point to you. I thought Hurts carried the team today. People will go like this. Barkley did. Well, I thought because of the efficiency that he had in the game, that opened up that run game. Some are going to go like this. Sills, what opened up the passing game was the ability of Barkley to run the ball today because he was gashing them early. So I think we still got to see more as we go forward here. Look, how many yards did he have in the football game, passing the football? What did he have? 179 yards passing.
179 today. Yep. And 4 touchdowns.
That's a Jalen Hurts ball game. 179 yards passing, 22 rushing. And when you get the kind of running attack that you got today with 254 yards from 2 dudes, yeah, dude, that's going to be in the room where you're going to be a balanced football team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What do you think the conversation, what do you think the response to this is from the Eagles organization as it pertains to A.J. Brown?
I think A.J.'s got to have a real come-to-Jesus conversation with what he's expecting with his career in Philadelphia and where it goes from here, because I would tell him this: look, kid, we need you to win a Super Bowl. We may not need you to win against the Giants, but we need you to win a Super Bowl, and we need you on page, and we need you with us rowing in the same direction here. Yeah. Every other guy is celebrating today, but one guy. I'll guarantee you this: how many people think A.J. Brown's happy today that they won?
Well, he should be happy.
No, I didn't ask you that. I asked you what you thought a guy like that who has been talking shit all year long.
I do. I think he's happy. I do.
Really? Well, it doesn't seem he's been happy for 6 weeks.
I think I hope he is. If he's not, then he's clearly.
Well, Zander, what's he been pitching about then? I'm trying to figure this out here. You know how many times when people get fired, they don't want that guy who took their job. You think Jason Kelce was happy that Cam Jurgens was in one of the most iconic seasons?
Yeah, I do. I do.
I don't. Nobody in the NFL wants the guy replacing you to go in to have some sort of iconic year. That's human nature, dude. You don't want the next guy being better than you. You just don't.
Sills, I'm gonna go into the. You know how you always do that off the tongue on the marker. Saquon 100 today. Check for your boy Big Z. Jalen Hurts having another big game. Check it for your boy Big Z. Come on, Bills.
Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. You beat the shitty Giants.
Well, you got to beat who's in front of you, my friend. You got to beat who's in front of you.
I got you. You got to beat who's in front of you.
Yeah, and they did today, 38-20. The Eagles get the win today.
You bet they did.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, by the way, Camp Scatterbill. You know, on a real sense, as a football fan over an Eagle fan, I hate seeing I hate seeing good stories and like that. That's and right. I love, as much as I love this game, man, I hate watching players get injured. That was a nasty injury.
Brutal. Listen, when you're in a brotherhood like that, you see something like that, man. I mean, it affects everybody on the field because they know that could be you on the field. Again, Zander, you know, the one thing that I'm going to say, though, man, that I liked in this game, what they did, when those guys all went out for the Giants, Eagles put the gas pedal down. They ran them over after that. That's a championship mentality. Bro, how many times do you see teams kind of like throttle it down and they start playing down to the competition? They upped it. You know what I mean? They upped it and they ramped it up. That's how you take care of business. By the way, real quick, I do want to say this, that Nick Mangold, rest in peace.
Oh, man, rest in peace. Awful.
Okay. I happen to know the guy a little bit. I know the man who coached him. I know Jim Tressel very well, and everybody is heartbroken. Rest in peace to Nick Mangold. He was in search of a liver. Bernie Kosar is in search of a liver. He's struggling right now. So to Nick Mangold, rest in peace, brother. You will be missed.
Yep. So thank you for saying that. Rest in peace.
41 years old.
41, man. That's far too early to pass. So rest in peace to Nick Mangold. Well done by you, Sills, to bring that up and talk about that today. So rest in peace to him. I did hear Rex Ryan speaking a little bit this morning about it.
Tough to watch.
Yeah, tough to watch is right. So rest in peace to Nick Mangold. Far too early to lose Nick Mangold. Look, good stuff, everybody. Appreciate you for being here. We're going to get to some super chats here today. The Eagles moved to 6-2.
Excellent.
Jalen is potentially – Sills, will Jalen be mentioned in the MVP conversation this week?
Yeah. After this week, I mean,
I think so too.
You know, I mean, listen, that team has struggled, but if you go back into the early part of the year, we even mentioned it too. They're not going to win many of those games without the style of play that he had to maneuver through to get that win and get those wins. And now the last 2 weeks, it's been 8 really good. Hey, Zander, not solid, but really good 8 quarters of football right now. And remember, it's a week-to-week league, dude.
Yeah.
You know, one week you're up here, 1 week you're down here. 1 week you're on cloud 9, next week you're Cam Scatterbo.
Yep.
I mean, it's what the league is. And so now, I mean, you put him in the conversation there with the Josh Allens of the world and also with the Daniel Joneses, and I would even have to say Patrick Mahomeses.
Oh, absolutely. Pat Mahomes working with not much over there. He's done a great job as well. But Sills, here's an interesting tidbit, and you brought this up earlier. You hear week 9 bye at the beginning of the year. You're like, perfect time for a bye. I'm kind of with you. This team is finding their rhythm right now. And hear me out. They don't play till the Monday night. We have 15 days until the Eagles' next game. That feels like a freaking eternity to me. No, a bye week this week, and then the Monday night matchup coming out of the bye versus Green Bay in Green Bay. That is going to be a tough one. 15 days. I think the Birds will be equipped, but you don't like to see that when they're really finding their rhythm right now.
That's right. You're talking momentum here. However, AJ, Cam Jurgens, maybe a little bit with Saquon and Landon Dickerson.
Yeah, right.
I'll take a little bit of that momentum being taken away to give those guys those 2 weeks to be able to get on the mend a little bit, right? I mean, you know, they need the time off. I'll take the time off for those guys more so than the momentum. But you're right, man. I freaking hate because Hurts is in a rhythm right now. It looks like, again, it's 8 quarters. There's a rhythm that we're seeing now with Kevin Patullo and him, okay? And listen, am I going to sit here and say the run game's back? Absolutely not. What I'm going to say is the pass game is looking better than the run game, and this is even after 277 yards because you got some pretty good football teams coming up when you come out of the bye. You got one of the top defensive units when you have to go to Lambeau Field for that Monday night game.
Yep.
And you're going to be taking on quite a test up there at Lambeau.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts has really been letting the game come to him. That's the way I like to describe it. He doesn't seem like he's forcing things. He lets the game come, makes the right plays, takes what's given to him, and he's really been capitalizing. A really good couple of weeks from Jalen Hurts following 2 straight losses for the Birds. The first time they had 2 straight losses since 23. They've answered well here with 2 big wins in a row. So good stuff there for the Eagles. Let's go to a couple. Go ahead, Sills. You got something to say?
Yeah, again, Packers, Lions. And remember something also here. So you got the Packers 15 days away, right? Because you got that small bye there. Now with the bye, you've got 15 days because you play on that Monday night. Let's not forget this too. Then you turn around and you play Sunday night against Detroit. That's a Sunday night game. So you're going to go 15, and then throughout the entire day, you're almost getting 16 days. 2 games in 16. I mean, what is it? 24 days. I mean, Zander, that's a lot of time, man. And for you to be able to get healthy there, then you got the Bears.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I like your response. I'll take some momentum loss right now to get some of those guys healthy.
And Zander, remember what you do then? You turn around on Chicago and you play on a Thursday night because that's a Thursday night game. So you got a short
Friday. That's a Friday. That's
Friday. That's Black Friday.
Black Friday after Thanksgiving.
That's right. That's right.
So they have
a video game. A prime
Packers. Then they have Lions. Then they have is it Lions or is it
it goes Bears, Packers, Lions, Cowboys, Bears, Chargers.
Yep, that's what it is. Bears, Chargers. So
and then you're gonna have that. Then you have Raiders, and then you have Commanders and Bills. So take a look at this right here, this little gauntlet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next 8 games are Packers, playoff team. Lions, playoff team. Cowboys, we don't know, but improved. Bears, maybe playoff team. Chargers, playoff team. Commanders, then Bills. So, I mean, it's a pretty good little stretch coming up here. It equals what you did with the start of the season when you come out of this bye.
Yep. Yeah, so definitely have a good schedule here coming up for the team. Going to be interesting to see how they respond. Let's go to some super chats here. Walk out. What's up, brother? I agree with Dan. The loss of momentum with Jalen and the bye is a potential problem. Your show is the best. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't like momentum, but when you have that collection of guys that are injured, I'll take the small momentum hit versus getting my guys a little bit more healthy going into that stretch run, because those 8 games, Zander, I was going to be